All right, I think we're ready to start. Whoever joins can join whenever. Um, Thank you all for being here. I am beyond excited to be finally bringing this workshop into the world. It's been a long time coming, and I truly feel like this is a labor of love. This is my baby, and I just cannot wait to share it with the world. And thank you for joining me and being here with me today. I first wanted to talk about what meanings I'm putting in this workshop and what is my goal today. Why I called it Reignite Your Magic, how to align your soul's desires with your business goals. First, I'll explain what I mean by magic. I feel like we all, every one of us is born into this world as a beautiful human being full of gifts, talents, unique qualities that make us us. And I think all of that essence is magic that's inside of you. You're born with it. We are all born with it. And it's so easy to forget that you are unique, that you're magical, that you have so much creative power, and then you can truly create anything beyond what your mind thinks is possible. In the world where we are used to comparing ourselves, to be feeling feeling that we need to fit in, it's so easy to forget that you are unique. You are like a diamond. You are born that way. And the world needs you. You're born into this world with a very specific purpose and unique gifts, unique magic that you need to share with the world. And one of the meanings of the word magic is it's an extraordinary power of influence, seemingly from a supernatural source that can influence other people and things, events around it. And I truly believe that all the magic that we have within of us, we can influence the world with it if used correctly. So that's one of my intentions for this workshop, to remind you how magical you are, how creative you are, how there is no limit to what you can create in this world. And the second part of reigniting magic, reignite meaning like give new life, right, to something. And why I'm talking about reigniting, it's connected to my personal story, because I know how it is to lose your spark, to lose your fire, to lose your magic. And if I track back a little bit and bring myself and you guys back to the time when I just found coaching, like, or what, think back to the time when you found your calling. I just remember having so much creative energy. I would wake up in the morning with like so much energy and excitement. I'm like, I can't wait to go take that class or study that course and or start practicing, learn more, and like help people, right, through my work. And there was so much energy. Every morning I would get out of bed and I would like jump out of bed with so much excitement. Um, and that was amazing. And that felt so right. And I truly feel like that's how we should always feel. But at the same time, I feel like over the years, that was like 5, 6 years ago now when I started getting into coaching. But I feel like over the years, it's so hard to lose that spark, lose that fire inside of you, trying to, make money, trying to make it a business, like follow all the, you know, gurus out there and the strategies and tactics, um, that we forget, we kind of disconnect from our purpose, why we started, and what truly brought us joy. At least I'm speaking about my experience, but I'm sure a lot of you can relate. That's what happened to me like a year and a half ago. I realized that in following all the shoulds, all the strategies, all the how-tos, including in my marketing and social media and in my work and the packages I was offering and the services I was offering, I realized that it was not bringing me joy anymore. It was, I don't know, something wasn't working. I didn't feel that way I didn't feel the way that I wanted to feel as far as fulfillment and joy. And I didn't know it was broken. Like I thought maybe it means coaching and mentoring is just not for me. And at the time I didn't know it was wrong. So I started exploring a year and a half ago what is not working. Like where did my spark go? Where did my magic go? Right? And those are questions that you need to truly honestly ask yourself and see what starts coming up. And what I realized is what I started talking about. I felt like I lost myself in all the frameworks and shoulds and following the teachers and mentors and doing what everybody else was doing. There was not much of my soul left. That's how it felt. But I didn't know at the time how it can be different. So I spent the last year connecting with my heart more. And I realized the problem was not the coaching and mentoring. I still loved it. I spent the last year truly reconnecting with my heart and seeing what brings my heart joy. How do I want to bring this work into the world? What kind of services I want to offer, not what everybody else is offering. And essentially, what do I want my life and work to look like? What brings me most joy and fulfillment? What kind of clients I want to work with? Um, so I feel like I've been reigniting my spark. And once I allowed myself to truly listen to what I want and how I want to do it, and allow myself to follow that guidance, which I feel like is the hardest part, because a lot of times we hear, we think, I mean, we feel what we want, but we don't always have the courage to go after it. So that's what I've been working on. And that's the second part of the workshop, reignite your magic. That's what I've been doing over the past year. And that's what one of my intentions is for this workshop, to remind you how magical you are, how powerful you are, and that you can create anything beyond what your mind thinks is possible. That's my first intention. And the second intention is still a business planning session. It's great to follow your heart and your soul, but I think it's equally as important to support that feeling and that vision with a strategy. And I've tried both ways for years. I was just doing the planning, very logical planning, which is like, okay, here's my goal, how much money I want to make, how much money I want to make this quarter, like what service I'm going to offer. It was just numbers on paper, and there was no connection to my soul. And that didn't work because when there's no connection, there's going to be no energy behind it to help you bring that into the world. And last year, I was like, okay, I'm done with the planning. It's not working, goal setting. I'm just going to go follow my heart. And instead, I was just like, okay, how I want to feel this year, how I want my business to feel this year, how I want my clients to feel this year. And that felt amazing. But I didn't support it with a strategy after that. So that was kind of like floating around all over the place, and that didn't work either. So this year, I realized that it's not one or the other. It's not either follow your heart or have a strategy. It's both of them, and you need both of them. You start with your heart, connecting with your heart, and seeing what you truly want to create, what truly lights you up, what kind of work you want to share with the world, how you want to share your magic. And once you have that vision or glimpses of a vision, it's never a full vision usually. You have to support it with a strategy that will support that vision. And support here is important. The strategy is not meant to restrict you and stress you out. It's supposed to support you in making it easy to create your vision in the 3D world, right? And that's one of my intentions for us together is realize that planning a strategy doesn't have to be restrictive and stressful. It's meant to help you. It's more like a guiding post on your journey. It's not just like the lanes you have to stay into. So that's the second part of my goal for this workshop is business visioning, business planning, that's coming from your heart. So we'll be connecting with the heart, creating the vision for your work, for your fulfillment, and then seeing how we can make it happen in the second session in a week. So I invite us. This workshop is going to be it's going to include 3 parts. The first part will be reflecting on the past year, because I feel like it's extremely important to complete the cycle, to empty out, to see what's working, what lessons we learned before we think about new. We need to complete the cycle, empty out, and create that space complete in our body, in our mind. And the second part of our workshop will be creating the vision from the heart, where we're going to be connecting with the heart and seeing what's coming up. Today is going to be more about planting those seeds in your mind, in your heart, through journaling, guided journaling questions. And but again, like I said, it's going to be just planting the seeds because those are big questions, and we're going to journal them today. But I promise you, there's going to be a lot more insights coming up throughout the week to complete that vision. Just make sure you listen. So we're going to take a break after that for a week. And then in 1 week, we're going to meet again together to share your vision, what's come up, what you truly want to create, what lights you up in the world. And we're going to see together how we're going to make it happen as far as time, money, like goals, like plans, all of that. We're going to do it together. And it's going to be easy and fun. We're going to do it together. That's the best part, because I know it's hard for us to find time, to find determination, just sit down and do the planning. It seems boring. And that's why I wanted to do it together. I wanted to make it not just a masterclass, but a workshop. So you creating this time, not only to listen to me and get inspired, but you also sit down and journal, write down what you need to, and explore those questions. So you don't have to create that extra time. So that will be the workshop, the format we're doing today. Today we're going to cover the past year and the vision for the next year. And if you guys are ready, I invite you to the first part of our workshop, where we're going to be reflecting on 2024 in your business. Because like I said, I feel like it's so important to see what's working, what's not working, what we want to bring into the next chapter, what we don't. Just complete the cycle, be done with it, and create a space, empty out before we go into the new. And I feel like that's the step we often miss because we rush into the goals without looking back on the year and learning the lessons that were there. So if you guys are ready, I make sure you have pen and paper, and we're gonna just go through some questions, and I'm gonna give you time to go through each question, write down answers to each question. And again, don't analyze your answers, just whatever comes to your mind, just write it down. No judgment. This is just us exploring, like you exploring your own life, your own business. Nobody else is going to see it. It's just be honest with yourself. All right. And the first question is, what felt great in your business last year? What felt fun in your business? What did not feel good in your business? What felt heavy, maybe? And maybe what kind of clients didn't feel so good, if we're being honest?
I'm so sorry for my connection issues.
No, thank you for coming back.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get kicked off again. It's my issue. I'm in a Panera somewhere. So
Thank you for joining. We're just journaling what kind of clients we love working with and what kind of clients maybe not so much.
perfect. Thank you.
And I will share all these questions with you after the workshop as well, so you all can think about them some more. If you're ready for your next question, it's does anything feel stale maybe in your business? Maybe some services, some offers you have don't actually light you up. You just kind of do them, but they don't really give you that fulfillment, that energy that they used to. Another way of thinking that question is, do the services or the work you do, does it grow you and expand you? Does it challenge you? And if we think about money, maybe your prices, I know everybody here does different work. How do you feel about your prices, the monetary side of things? Do they still feel aligned? Do you feel like it's an equal, like energy exchange? And we're not making any judgments right now. We're just, putting the facts on paper before we think, what do we want? Just seeing what it is now. And next question is, what activities can you let go of that take up your time and energy, but don't really nourish your soul? What can you let go of maybe in your physical space and emotional space that you don't need to bring in your business next year in your life? And who and what are you grateful for in your business in the past year? That was the final question for our reflections for the past year. And I suggest that we take another minute to just process that and complete the cycle and let it go before we can transition into creating the vision for the future. If you just want to, if you feel comfortable closing your eyes again and taking a nice big breath in and out. And just thinking about your past year in your work, in your business, and saying thank you for everything it brought, for all the challenges, all the joy, all the fun, all the fulfillment, all the people, all the lessons. Big thank you to the past year for teaching us what we like, what we don't like, what we enjoy, what we don't enjoy, and allowing us to grow. Take a nice big breath in and release the past year. It's in the past now. And send the gratitude from your heart. And decide to complete that cycle and not bring anything you don't need to in the next year, in the next cycle. Take another deep breath in, out, and allow yourself to be present and ready to dream up your next adventures. And in this second part of our workshop, I just want to take a few moments to explain why I'm talking about vision from the heart and how important our heart is. Like we started talking in the beginning, that I believe that each one of us has a different mission, like a unique soul that is brought into this world with a unique purpose and unique gifts that need to be shared with the world. And our heart is actually a lot stronger than we are taught to believe. And if any of you guys know about the Heart Math Institute, I highly recommend to even just viewing their work. They're studying how the connection between the heart and the brain, and actually they have proven that the heart has its own neural network with its memory. Like it can store like memories, trauma. It can feel, not just like on a physical level, but can remember. And actually, they have proven that if before we believed that our brain is the main organ that communicates to our body and decides what we do, there's actually a two-way communication between the heart and the brain, and the heart is actually a lot more powerful than we think it is. And even the magnetic field produced by our heart is 100 times greater in strength than the field generated by our brain. And in fact, if we want to go nerdy, you can detect the magnetic field of the heart up to 3 feet from our body. So it's a very powerful organ, and knowing how to connect with it is so important. And I feel like we don't do it enough in our daily life, and that's what I've been practicing myself in the past year, and truly listening to what's coming from there. That's again, we're going to try to connect like with our heart and forget what we created before, forget what society tells us we need to create, what we need to match, where we need to fit in, what other people are doing around us in the same field maybe, and just try to truly tune in and listen to your heart. And there is a little small exercise that is developed by the Heart Math Institute. It really takes like a minute, and it allows you to create that heart-brain coherence, so you can be better aligned in with your body and your soul. And it's very simple. It's just again shifting your focus from your mind to your heart, and you can put a hand on your heart. Just feel your heart beating, and just intentionally think about your heart and slow your breathing. And this allows your body to believe that it's safe. It basically tells your body you're safe. And the strongest feeling that allows you to connect to your heart and create alignment in your body is gratitude. So think about something that you're truly grateful for today. It might be your health. It might be blue skies. It might be your house. It might be your friends and family. Just truly feel that gratitude. Wow. And feel your heart warming up and expanding. Mm. And feel how differently your body feels once you intentionally putting your focus onto your heart and allowing you to be safe. And when you're ready, just come back and let's create something fun and exciting. And again, I invite you to forget what you did in the past year, what everybody else is doing, and just forget there is 2025, there's 2024, there's no timeline. It doesn't have to be this year. It just most important part is just hearing what's coming up for your heart, for your soul, and without overanalyzing it, just write down whatever comes first. And again, this is us just planting seeds. There is more stuff that's going to come up as you think about these questions more throughout the week. And if we're ready to invite the vision for the new year, I'm not going to say 2025, for a new chapter, new adventure. We can go into the questions for creating the vision if you guys are ready. And now that we are connecting with our heart and listening to our heart, what would be so fun to create in your work this year? Just allow yourself to dream big without listening to your brain that tells you it's impossible. What kind of work or maybe services you offer bring you the most joy and fulfillment? Are there any services or any type of work that you want to stop offering this year? Maybe you do it and that kind of just feels like, kind of stale and doesn't really bring you that fulfillment anymore. And deep down, you know that you just don't want to do it, and that's okay. Have you been hearing any whispers from your soul about something in your business that maybe you know you should be doing or you shouldn't be doing, but you're maybe not ready to hear it yet, but you know they keep coming up? Do you have a dream that is so big that maybe you're even afraid to say it out loud? Forget about the time frame, all the why nots. Just what is that? Who do you need to be to make that happen? What qualities do you need to develop? Think back to the time when you just started your work, your business. What was lighting you up? Why did you want to do this work? And now that you're connected to your why and to that spark that you had when you started, who is the person that you would absolutely love to work with every single day? I invite you to just declare to yourself, this is the moment when you allow yourself to only work with people that fulfill you, lift you up, and make you make your work, understand the value of your work. And if you think about the impact you want to create this year, how much money do you want to create? How does that number feel to you if you really tune in? And if we go into specifics, how do you want your week to look like? How you want your day to work, your work day to look like? Like how many hours do you want to work in a day or in a week? And you don't need to have an answer right now. Like that's very specific because we're gonna go into details in our next session. Um, and together we'll figure out how much time you actually have. It's one of my favorite exercises. But here I want you to start thinking about your non-negotiables. What are the activities that allow you to take care of your body, your soul, your spirit, that have to be included in every day of your life, no matter what's going on? And here I really invite you to look at your schedule with a goal of first fitting in the non-negotiables before fitting in the work hours. I feel like that's the mistake we're conditioned to make. Like, okay, I need to work 40 hours a week. And that's happened to me actually last year, 2 years ago, when I realized, look at my phone, I'm like, I don't have 40 hours to work because I have, I have kids, I have things I want to take care of myself, I need to do, and 40 hours just doesn't add up. So starting with the non-negotiables is my invitation to you. And now that we started taking a glimpse into your vision for the next chapter, and I want the last question to be about your beliefs, like, and what beliefs do I need to let go of to make this happen? And the reason we're talking about beliefs here, just to bring everybody on the same page, right? Belief, that's everything starts with a belief on a subconscious level. How beliefs cause certain types of thoughts, that make us feel a certain way, like thought, feeling, action, and then results. So if we want different results in the outside world, we need to trace back to the feeling, to the thought, to the belief where it starts. So what beliefs do you need to let go of to create new chapter, new results? What's coming up right now? What makes it hard and impossible in your brain? Mhm. So now that we started looking into the vision for the next chapter, and I feel like we planted some good seeds, and I'm curious to see what's going to sprout for you in the next week. Please make sure to take notes if something comes up, because these questions are going to keep circulating in your mind if you focus on them, especially, and new things and new insights are going to appear for sure. We're going to give it a week to sprout, and then next week we're going to go into specifics, like how many hours, how much money. We're going to break it down, like how you can make it happen, what services and offers you want to bring to the world, and the timelines and all of that. It'll be also very exciting because that's my second superpower. I'm all about specifics, the strategy, like let's make it easy and supportive, most importantly. And so I hope you can all join us next Tuesday. And the last thing I want to invite you is a little homework. Now that you wrote down the beliefs that you need to let go of, like write them, like what new beliefs you need to adopt, like turn them over. And the second thing, especially if you feel like you're ready to create something new, something bigger, something exciting, something that allows you to bring more of your soul into your work, I invite you to just take some paper and write down everything and anything that you ever studied, that you were interested in, courses, classes, certifications, things you love doing as a hobby, just anything that interests you, all your expertise, experiences, just without thinking, just make a one big list. Just put it on paper. And once you do, you can see what new you can create from that, or how you can modify what you do, how you can bring that some of that into your work maybe that you haven't thought about before. When I find that way when put it all on paper right in front of us instead of just carrying it in our head, it helps us see new things. It helps us be more creative. It helps us see how else we can combine them and what else we can create and share with the world through our work. So I hope that'll be fun for you guys. I know it was fun for me when I did that, and certainly some new insights appeared. And I want to thank you all again for joining today. I hope we dreamt a little bit bigger than you would.